It began as a typical week. I was swamped with work, barely sleeping, trying to keep up with deadlines. Our team was preparing for an important client presentation, and I found myself staying late most nights, living off coffee and vending machine snacks. I barely had time to catch my breath, let alone notice the subtle changes at home. Adriana, my wife, had been different lately. Not distant, but off. Her laughter seemed forced. Her kisses were brief, and when she looked at me, her eyes quickly darted back to her phone. That phone, it was always in her hand, buzzing constantly. The second I walked into the room, she'd turn it face down. She smiled at her phone more than she smiled at me during those days. There were nights when I'd catch her giggling at something on the screen, and when I'd walk in, she'd quickly lock her phone, as if she was hiding something. Still, I told myself not to jump to conclusions. I didn't want to become the jealous, controlling husband who saw things that weren't there. But deep down, I knew something was off. One Friday morning, everything changed. I woke up around 6:30 a.m., and the bed beside me was cold. Adriana, who normally stayed in bed long after I left for work, wasn't there. No sound of the coffee machine or the shower, just silence. I figured she'd gone out early, maybe yoga or breakfast with her friend Mia, but by noon, there was still no word from her. I texted her, just a quick check-in. Hey, everything okay? No reply. I called twice, straight to voicemail. I started to panic. Maybe she was in an area with no signal, or her phone had died. But then I checked our shared bank account. What I saw stopped me cold. $712 charge for a flight to Las Vegas. Booked 2 days earlier. Round trip, leaving that morning. My mind raced. She had planned this. Left, flew out, and didn't tell me a thing. I held on to the hope that there was some reasonable explanation. Maybe it was a family emergency, or maybe she was planning a surprise. But when I checked Instagram, all doubt vanished. Her friend Mia's profile was public, and what I saw made my stomach churn. Selfies at the airport, champagne and stretch limos, hotel pool photos, nightclub pics, and there she was. Adriana laughing, drinking, dancing in tight dresses, surrounded by strangers, including men. The captions made it worse. Vegas Girls Weekend, no rules. Single vibes of the weekend. Single vibes. I closed the app and sat in silence. I didn't shout, didn't throw my phone. I just went numb, the weight of it all pressing down on me. For the next 2 days, I didn't explode. I didn't react emotionally. I became focused, calculating. I packed her things one item at a time. Her clothes, shoes, makeup, everything. I folded everything neatly, even the little things, her socks, the hoodie she always wore, the mug she drank from in the morning. I didn't want her to accuse me of destroying her things. I wanted her to see how calm I was, how done I was. I took down all the pictures of us, our wedding photos, vacation memories, anniversary dinners, and packed them into a box labeled Memories. I vacuumed, scrubbed the floors, replaced the sheets, and then, when everything was ready, I changed the locks. By Monday evening, I was prepared. Adriana walked in with her rose gold suitcase and shopping bags, sunglasses still on, smelling like expensive perfume and vodka. The moment she saw the boxes, her smile faded. She stopped in the doorway, clearly confused. "What's all this?" she asked, slowly removing her glasses. I didn't get up from the couch. I stayed still, remote in hand, cold and calm. "You had fun?" I asked, my voice flat. Her voice faltered as she tried to explain. "It was just a last-minute thing. I didn't want to stress you out. You were so busy with work." "You didn't want to stress me out?" I interrupted, standing up now, my anger simmering beneath the surface. "You left me waking up to an empty house. No call, no explanation. Nothing." She took a step forward, trying to justify herself. "It was just with the girls. We needed time. I needed to breathe. You've been working so much. I didn't think you'd even notice." "I noticed, Adriana," I said sharply. "I noticed the way you've been hiding your phone. The way you laugh with it more than you laugh with me. The way you stopped kissing me like you meant it." Her eyes welled up with tears. "I didn't cheat, I swear," she said, barely able to speak through her sobs. "I never said you did. I replied, "But you left this marriage the moment you decided to go live a single life for a weekend and didn't think I deserved to know." Tears streamed down her face. She was crying now, not with drama, but with the realization that she didn't have a way back. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I just wanted space. I didn't think you'd take it this far. Can we talk about it?" I shook my head slowly. "You had a whole weekend to think. I had a whole weekend to move on." She moved toward the boxes, still in disbelief. She reached for a framed photo of us from our first apartment, but I had already taken it down. "You changed the locks," she whispered. "I did," I said, my voice steady. "You can stay at Mia's. Tell her to post another story about it." She stood there for a long time, shaking with silent sobs. But I didn't flinch. I didn't beg her to stay. I didn't raise my voice. I let the silence speak for itself. Sometimes, the most powerful thing a man can do is say nothing at all. Just lock the door, pack the boxes, and let his heart show that it's finally done begging to be chosen.